Hey y'all, it's Kenya. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my first in what I hope to be a series of videos about my mission to visit all of the libraries in the Monroe County Public Library System. Okay, so I started this whole thing a few years ago. My plan was to visit every single library in the system, and I mostly just went to the same ones over and over, the ones that were most convenient. And I've decided to kind of start over and make a mission of it for 2021. We have 20 libraries in Rochester, including all of the branches. And then there are, I think, 12 local town or whatever city, like suburb, village libraries that are also part of the system. So the day I decided to start this over and kind of take pictures and document this mission of mine, I was at the Henrietta Public Library, which is, as you might have guessed, in Henrietta, New York, not too far from my house. And that's where I was. And I decided to kind of do this whole thing again. And while I was there, I got 4 books. So I'll show you some pictures that I took inside the library. Hopefully I haven't deleted them yet. But also, I'm just going to show you the book haul from that library. So before I get too far into that, because I'm going to forget, I am using my new headphones. I got a pair of the Sudio headphones. And they sent them to me as long as I agreed to show them to people. So I'm showing them to you. And I also have a rep code if you want 15% off of anything you buy from them. And you can use my rep code for that. They also are running a sale on the cordless charger. So like I put the headphones back in here and then I just put it on top of the charger and it charges without me having to plug it in, which is pretty cool. The ETT is the only model that does that for now. But anyway, so I'm using my headphones for the first time. I usually just use the speakers that are on the phone, and it's super weird. Whenever I wear headphones, I usually only wear one at a time because I really don't like not knowing what's going on around me. But I'm in my house, so I figure it's totally fine. It's not like there's going to be a car running through or anything, but these aren't too bad. They have whatever technology allows you to hear your voice a little bit better or clearer or whatever. I'll drop the specs below. Other people might know a lot more about headphones than I do. I usually just wear one at a time, but I'm going to try it and see if the quality of the sound on the video is better than it usually is. So I got 4 books when I was at Henrietta Public Library. It is Henrietta Library moved into a brand new building in 2017 or 2018. And I hadn't been there. So the last time I was there, it was in this older building that was still very nice. And when I went this time, it's in a 2-story. It's beautiful. It's brand new. They've got a wonderful, beautiful children's section that I did a TikTok in, actually. I really thought that the lady who passed by me was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi." I thought she was gonna be like, "Ma'am, what the hell are you doing in the children's section?" But she didn't. And the teen section was lovely. I took some pictures and I will hopefully be able to add those to the end of this video. So the first book I got, I have been eyeballing this book for weeks and weeks and weeks. I don't even know how long it's been out, but it is an Aidan Thomas. So Aidan Thomas wrote Cemetery Boys, and I believe one other book that I really liked. Oh, but maybe I'm making that up. They did write Cemetery Boys. I'm gonna check pronouns. They, them. And I really loved that book. So when I found out that they were writing, that they had another one out, I wanted it so bad. I probably will still buy one because I love the cover so much. I believe it is a Peter Pan retelling called Lost in the Neverwoods. So that sounds like Peter Pan-ish. Look at the inside. When children go missing, people want answers. It's been 5 years since Wendy and her two brothers vanished into the woods near the small coastal town of Astoria, Oregon. Wendy returned with no memory of where she'd been or what had happened to her. Her brothers did not. When the town's children start to disappear, the mystery around her brothers is brought back into the light, and the police are once again knocking on Wendy's door for answers. Attempting to flee her past, Wendy almost runs over an unconscious boy laying in the middle of the road. Peter, a boy she thought lived only in her stories, asks for Wendy's help to rescue the missing kids. But in order to find them, Wendy must confront what's waiting for her in the woods. I have read at minimum 3 Peter Pan retellings. Plus, of course, I've seen Finding Neverland, the musical, but not the movie. Peter Pan, Wendy and Peter Pan is one of my favorite children's stories. It's so interesting. Peter is horrible, and the story is actually Wendy's story. So it's always interesting to me how it has become a Peter story over time. So I'm really interested, really excited to read this one. If you haven't read Cemetery Boys, I don't know what you're waiting for. It was great. All right, the book I got out of the children's section when I was filming that TikTok was The Thieving Collectors of Fine Children's Books. Let's see. Oliver Nelson has a terrible secret. He's a thief, but he only steals books from the Garden Grove Library that are old, musty, or incomplete, like his favorite book, The Timekeeper's Children. No one reads anymore, and surely no one will miss them, right? Wrong. The Pribbles are famous inventors of the most popular toy in the world, alternative reality goggles. They are also book collectors searching for the Timekeeper's Children. So they hatch a plan. They invite Oliver, the last person to have checked it out, to their mansion in order to steal the last remaining copy of the book from inside Oliver's mind. Now Oliver is thrust into the middle of the story and must help the main character steal pieces scattered around the fictional world of Dullum to build a magical clock to turn back time before the evil sorcerer Sigil takes over. They'll encounter hideous giants, blood-sucking bats, vicious eels, and nasty rodent eater, a gang of wicked children, and a strange dark figure who follows them from chapter to chapter, all the while with the Pribbles in hot pursuit. Can Oliver save Dullum before Sigil destroys everything, and will he finish the Timekeeper's Children before the Pribbles steal it from his mind forever? That sounds awesome. And it came out of the children's section, out of the juvenile section of the Henrietta Library. I'm so excited about that. And look at the cover. It's gorge. Gorge. Adam Perry is the author. This is another book that I had been looking at and was on the new shelf at the library when I got there. It is called How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's Sherry or Cherie. I'm pretty sure I've read another book by her, but maybe not, because I don't see anything written on the back that tells me what she's written. So, all right. In Baxter's Beach, Barbados, Lala's grandmother, Wilma, tells the story of the one-armed sister. It's a cautionary tale about what happens to girls who disobey their mothers and go into Baxter's tunnels. When she's grown, Lala lives on the beach with her husband, Adon, a petty criminal with endless charisma, whose thwarted burglary of one of the beach mansions sets off a chain of events with terrible consequences. A gunshot no one was meant to witness. A new mother whose baby is found lifeless on the beach. A woman torn between two worlds and incapacitated by grief. And two men driven into the tunnels by desperation and greed, who attempt a crime that will risk their freedom and their lives. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House is an intimate and visceral portrayal of interconnected lives across race and class in a rapidly changing resort town, told by an astonishing new author of literary fiction. That is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. It's given me, what is that? One book that I read. It has something to do with sun, and it's told on a resort in Jamaica. But it's giving me those vibes. And then the last book I got on my trip to Henrietta Library, I was actually there picking up my volunteer t-shirt for the Rochester Teen Book Festival. You knew that was going to come up. It's not too late to register so that you can have access to all of the panels and workshops. So feel free to do that. It was a great time and the panels were so good. The ones that I facilitated were excellent. The authors were amazing. Okay, and then here's a book I bought for its cover. Yes, exactly. Muse by Brittany Cavallaro. I'm going to check pronouns. She, her. All right, Muse. The year is 1893, and war is brewing in the first American kingdom. But Claire Emerson has a bigger problem. While her father, Jeremiah, prepares to reveal the mighty weapon he's created to showcase the strength of their providence, St. Cloud, at the World's Fair, Claire is crafting a plan to escape. Jeremiah is a sought-after inventor, but he believes his genius is a gift granted to him by his daughter's touch. He's kept Claire under his control for years. As St. Cloud prepares for war, Claire plans to claim her life for herself, even though her best friend, Beatrice, wants her to stay and help with the growing resistance movement that aims to see a woman on the throne at any cost. When her father's weapon fails to fire on the fair's opening day, Claire is taken captive by Governor Remy Duchamp, St. Cloud's young, untried ruler. Remy believes that Claire's touch bestows graces he's never had, and with the governing power weakening and many political rivals planning his demise, she might be his only and best ally. But the last thing that Claire has ever wanted is to be someone else's muse. Still, affections can change as quickly as the winds of war, and Claire has a choice to make. Will she quietly remake her world from the shadows, or bring it down in flames? Ooh, so this is going to be a duology about revolution, love, and friendship in a reimagined America. So that is Muse by Brittany Cavallaro. She can remake the world or burn it all down. So those are the 4 books I got from Henrietta. And I also already visited my library, the one that's closest to my house. It's about 2 miles away. And I checked out 5 books. So I will do that library haul in a different video. Okay. Do you have libraries in your town? How close are they? And how often do you go? Drop it in the comments. Hopefully you can hear me, since I've never used headphones before for this. Catch you on the next one.